Well, welcome along yet again for another edition of Super League Raw News. It's been a while, hasn't it? We hope you have missed us. Anyway, lots to get through, starting with the announcement today that Zach Hardacre will be joining John Asiata at Hull FC. That's right. That has been posted all over social media. So John is going to have a friend or two with him, because also there is Ben Reynolds, a former teammate, of course, coming in from Hull KR on loan from now till the end of the season. He'll join up with Tiaki Chan, who joined obviously earlier in the week. And it's also expected that Ollie Holmes will be going there from Leigh. It really is a Leigh reunion at Hull FC. They're certainly strengthened going down to London this week. The move of Reynolds out of KR has allowed Danny Richardson to go to the Castleford Tigers, also on loan until the end of the season. Lots of moving and shaking up in Yorkshire, isn't there, thus far over the last couple of weeks. We'll keep our eyes posted for more ins and outs as the week progresses. As it says there, like, share, comment and subscribe. That's your job. Let everybody know that Super League Raw News is currently live. Get everybody involved in Super League Raw. We really do need your help and assistance. And up there in the corner of the screen, you can see a QR code. That is to get your quiz night tickets. More on that a little bit later on. We are just hours away from the return of the Betfred Super League for round number 11. And we love rugby league. Bring it on, indeed. Round 11 fixtures here for you. We're going to be looking at each and every one of these games as part of Super League Raw News this afternoon. Tonight, what a mouth-watering contest that is at the Halliwell Jones Stadium as the Robins come to town to take on the Wire. That's going to be a belter. The Tigers go up against the Saints. The Leopards go up against the Red Devils. Giants take on the Warriors. Dragons up against the Rhinos. And bringing the curtain down on round 11 this Sunday will be the London Broncos taking on Hull FC. Let's start then with that game tonight at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. Here it is. What a game it is going to be. And look at that at the HJ. This is since 2007. Warrington have won 13 out of the 17 contests that these two have played. It's second against fourth. It's first against second in terms of try scoring, though. The Robins have scored the most tries this season thus far with 48. The Wire second with 46. And also the breaks as well. Both of these two sides like to run from deep. And as you can see there, Hull KR 55 to the Warrington Wolves 54. Goal kicking. This was vitally important at Craven Park earlier in the season. Who can forget that brilliant game that these two played earlier in the campaign? It really was a belter, wasn't it? Warrington winning 22 points to 20 in a tight affair. Goal kicking that night was vitally important. Could it be again tonight at the Halliwell Jones Stadium? 76%. 58%. And then finally the meters, the average 13.50 a game to the Warrington Wolves compared to 12.87 for the Robins. Really, really interesting statistics, those. I'm sure you will all agree. Right, let's go and get some inside track on this one. Not heard anything yet from the Warrington Wolves, but Willie Peters has been talking out of this game, as too as the returning Petter Hiku, who goes back to Halliwell Jones Stadium tonight.
Obviously, they've been an informed team. They've just been at the last start of the season. They've been awesome all around the park. Like, you've got Paul Vaughan and that in the middle doing an outstanding job, and then you've got Dufty obviously running around the back just making it look easy. And then so I think that's probably something we have to do as a team. Like, we can't go out and get Dufty on our own, try and solve it or something. Something as a team we have to just try and stop. It's not just him, their whole team's in good form. So I think if we just turn up as a team, everyone doing our job, we should be all right.
What are your memories of your brief stint at Warrington? I think you're playing under former Rovers head coach Tony Smith at the time.
Yeah, I think for me, so I'd come off a knee reco. I sort of got back into, so I was going through that sort of part where you train and you weren't playing, so it was sort of losing the love for the game. And my time at Warrington, I think that's what brought back for me, was the love for the game. Sort of enjoyed it again, and I got out there sort of when Tony Smith was there, he sort of just gave me a bit of free rein to let me do what I want. How I wanted to get the ball was, he sort of just gave me that enjoyment back in footy. And I think that's one thing I take away from the club, is the way they brought the game back to me. Obviously, coming from an injury like that, and then you're sort of just losing focus on why you play the game. That's what the club done for me, and grateful for that.
No, not a surprise at all. I mean, I've mentioned it before. Sam is one of the best leaders. Andy Farrell was. Sam Burgess was. Two English guys are two of the best that I've seen. Exceptional. The way he could get the group together, and he led with his actions. So there's no surprise whatsoever. Sam knows what he wants, and you can see that, in the way Warrington are playing, and so it's no surprise to me. Yeah, as we said, the competition's really close. So Warrington are a good team. There's a lot of good teams in the competition, and we are too. So it's one of those that we need to go over there, and as I said, be consistent with what we've worked on, and see where that takes us, because it's a new challenge for us. We've moved on from last week, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, they were very impressive, wasn't they, in that 40 points to 20 win over the Saints. They now go into this game against the Warrington Wolves, having come off the back of some very impressive wins. Of course, the Warriors was the week before that. So, Hull KR, the form side, one of the form sides in Super League. If they was to beat the Warrington Wolves tonight, what a statement of intent that will be from Willie Peters' men. This man, Petter Hiku, has been in sensational form this season. 31 years of age now, of course. 10 appearances. He played every game in Super League. 8 tries, 4 assists. You'd expect him to make one or score one this evening. 6 breaks, 39 busts. He's done 94 tackles this season, and his meters 1,307. Absolutely sensational from Petter Hiku. The squads are in, and of course, big news for the Warrington Wolves. That man, right top left, Matty Ashton, returns on the left wing for the Warrington Wolves tonight. That's a big, big boost for the Wire. James Harrison and Geordie Crowther as well, back in the squad after being rested for last week's games. As for the Robins, of course, they have got a very tidy team indeed, but there are concerns over Elliot Minchella going into this one. That will be a massive loss indeed, and it has been announced that Oliver Gildart will be out for the foreseeable future, having picked up a knock. This is a great game of rugby league that we're just hours away from, isn't it? You talk of quality. Dufty, Evels, two of the most in-form fullbacks in the league. You've got pace to burn on both edges for the Warrington Wolves and Hull KR. It's Mikey Lewis up against his England teammate George Williams, with, of course, the caveat of May and Drinkwater to that. Two real quality packs as well. Vaughan for the Warrington Wolves. Harrison more than likely going to start. We know how well Whitbread's played this season. Jesse Sue was superb over the last couple of rounds, hasn't he? He's been very impressive indeed. They've both got quality number 9s as well. The second rows, Tanguy Noah, Hadley, Nicholson, Fitzgibbon. And then, of course, Curry. Will Minchella be fit? That's the only thing, isn't it? But, right across the park, there's going to be quality to burn. These two really should dish up tonight. A brilliant start to round number 11. I cannot wait for this one to start. It should be very, very special indeed. Right, let's go now to the Castleford Tigers. Of course, they're going to be welcoming the Saints head-to-head with these ones. And as you can see, in the jungle. This is during the Super League era. It's a good hunting ground for the Saints. 20 wins out of the 29 have gone the way of the Saints in the Super League era. And as you can see there, third will play 10th. In terms of attack, well, this is quite surprising. Castleford Tigers averaging 18 points a game to Saints' 22. You'd have thought that would have been a bit bigger, wouldn't you? Defensively, of course, that's where the big problem is for Castleford. They've conceded on average 29 points this season to St. Helens 13. Perhaps that is where the game will be won and lost. Indeed, there's no doubt about it, though. The Castleford Tigers have been improving week on week. The goal kicking, that's in the advantage of the Tigers, but the odds are that St. Helens will win this one. They are 2-9 on. Both coaches, let's hear from them. We're going to hear from Craig Lingard and what he had to say after the Leigh game in terms of their improvement before we hear from Paul Helens.
2 positive weeks, and there's going to be times where we have a bad week, so we're not going to be on this consistent trajectory where we're getting better week on week on week on week, and we're going to be a top 6 team straight away. It doesn't work like that. But I think what we are doing is, like I said earlier, we're asking the guys to compete, and then these good periods in the game getting longer and the bad periods in the game getting shorter. And I've said all along, if we get 50% of the possession, we'll challenge teams, we'll trouble teams. We've had it in the past where we've had 33% of the ball and the opposition's had 2/3 of the ball. So you're defending too much, and when you get the ball back, you can't be as threatening or as dangerous as you need to be because you fatigue from defending. It's that constant cycle. If you have 50% of the ball, you give yourself a real good chance of getting in a position to win a game and be competitive. In the last couple of games, we've done that.
Obviously, the start of the season wasn't best for them, but it seems like they're playing without any pressure. They're playing free and certainly challenging teams defensively. So we're going to be challenged in the same way, and we're going to have to be prepared for that. I understand it because I'm from a town and I know how passionate that our supporters are about this team being successful, and I know how hurt they are when the team don't perform well and don't get results. So I know that comes with the territory, and there's nothing much I can do about external noise. In some way, I like the fact that the supporters are disappointing because it shows they've got high standards and they expect more, and that comes with the territory of representing this club as well. And like I've always said, as a team, if off the back of winning competitions, off the back of winning challenge cups or league leaders, you're going to take the plaudits, you're going to take the pats on the back and all the accolades that come your way. You sure as hell have to accept it when it's when the boot's on the other foot. So we're accepting of that. I'm, as their coach, accepting of that and responsible for the way the team perform. But it's also my job to get us back performing in the right way.
Yes, expectant St. Helens fans, of course, will be heading down to the jungle this Friday night. They couldn't do it, Castleford, could they? If they did, imagine the pressure on Paul Helens off the back of that. There's no doubt about it, is there, that the Castleford Tigers are getting better. Let's take a look then at these two squads, starting with the Castleford Tigers. Sam Hall is replaced in the squad by Sam Esser, who has come back from the Wigan Warriors. Hopefully this time he won't get another injury, but he is back. Like I say, Sam Hall out because he failed a HIA, and Fletcher Rooney comes in for Sammy Kibler as well. But look at the Saints. There's some holes here, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan Knowles and Matt Whitley, yes, the eagle-eyed amongst you have already seen that. They are out for this game. That's really interesting, isn't it? They have been replaced by Tommy Makinson and Sam Royal. Tommy Makinson, a big bonus for them, of course, but Morgan Knowles is out, stood down because of a slight groin issue that is being monitored by the club. That is very, very interesting indeed. Whitley has also got a shoulder injury. I mean, you look down the squads. I mean, there's no doubt the two senior brothers, they'll be on the wing. Sam Wood, more than likely Corey All in there. They have got pace now in the back lines, and I have to say, I was really impressed with Rowan Milnes in that game against the Leigh Leopards. We've just heard there Craig Lingard talk about possession. They have 52% of the possession at the LSV, and that is a key ingredient, of course, for going on. We spoke in weekly about how impressed we've been with the second row of the Castleford Tigers. Ellie El Zakim and Alex Mellor in great form for them. It's going to be an interesting game, this one, isn't it? It really, really is. I mean, it's surprising, isn't it, that we're talking the way we are about Saints. Yes, they're in that mix of team that are on 14, but, I'm a great believer in feeling, in aura, and there just doesn't seem to be, there's something about Saints at the moment, both on the field and off it. We don't see this very often from the mighty Saints, and it's going to be interesting to see how they come out of this one this weekend. It's going to be a fascinating contest, and like I say, don't count out. Nobody gives Salford a prayer. When Salford went to town, nobody can give Castleford a prayer then. Of course, Saints are a completely different completely different prospect. But it is a tight pitch, and we saw Liam Watts dominate, didn't we? Really played well against Tom Amone at the LSV last week. This should be a good game. We said that, though, when London went to town, and it was a rout, albeit that day it was Castleford Tigers who routed London. Could Saints go and rout Castleford? It really is an intriguing match. I, for one, really looking forward to this one. Cannot wait. Bring it on is what I would say on that one. Right, let's go to, where are we going to go to next? Let's go to the John Smith Stadium for the visit of the Wigan Warriors. And since 1998, again, not a bad hunting ground this for the Wigan Warriors. They won 19 of the 18 contests, 28 contests, at the John Smith Stadium. It's first against 8th. The attack, like I say, 23-29, but again, defensively, Wigan hold the key on that. And as you can see there, the goal kicking as well, very much in Wigan's favours. The book is saying it's Wigan's at 1-2 on. That's interesting, isn't it? They're really going big on the Warriors. Not heard anything yet from Ian Watson. That'll be posted on our Facebook pages as and when the press conference comes around. But Matt P and Adam Kieran have been speaking to Wigan TV ahead of this game.
You know, I sort of got welcomed in pretty quickly, and you know, now that I'm this far in, it's gotten even more special. You know, you feel more part of the group, and you know, the teams are special, the staff's special. So you know, just really enjoy my time, and you know, my family's obviously settled in a lot more as well, and you know, we've made friends outside of footy, and you know, life's good. So I can't complain at the moment. A lot of things are just going well. There's you know, I'm happy off the field, I'm happy on the field. So anytime I'm getting a win or playing well, and you know, as long as my family's happy.
I'm
so.
hoping that we're on the up, that we're a better team, that we're improved from that period. But I also think that we'll face a better team than then as well. So Huddersfield a really well balanced team, very well organised, and got some X factor with you know, Adam Swift, one of the form wings in the competition at the moment. We all know what Jake Connor's capable of, and the two centres are very strong ball carriers as well. So no, we're going to have our hands full, but it's a challenge that we'll look forward to. Plenty of respect for Huddersfield, and we know it's going to be an intense game.
Intensity indeed when these two met in round number 3. It was, of course, the Warriors that won at the DW Stadium 30 points to 16. These are the squads going into the game. And as you can see, yes, the eagle-eyed amongst you again have spotted it. No reigning player of the month, Adam Swift. He's out with a minor injury. That is a big, big blow for the Huddersfield Giants to not have the leading try-scoring Super League available for this one. Matty English is back in the squad, and you can also see there Andre Cervello. That's right, Andre Cervello. He's named for the first time this season, and Sam Hewitt is also named after coming back from injury. So there you go. Some big ins and outs there for the Huddersfield Giants going into this one. As for the Warriors, just the one change. Ryan Hampshire is replaced by Mike Cooper, who returns after his failed HIA from round number 9. We know that the Wigan Warriors team is a who's who. It's so big, isn't it? Up front, this is a massive test for the Huddersfield Giants. I mean, you know, let's be fair, Ian Watson was given the coach of the month, Adam Swift player of the month. They were on the crest of the wave going into that Salford game of the weekend off the back of 3 really big quality wins, of course. Sorry, not 3 wins. They obviously lost out to St. Helens before they lost out to Salford in 2 real tight games. Everything points to a Wigan Warriors winning this one, I'm afraid to say, the Cowbell Army. But what you will want, I'm sure, from your side is that they are competitive. That is absolutely critical, isn't it? Right, up in the top corner of that screen, all the way through the news thus far, has been a QR code for the quiz. The quiz, ladies and gentlemen, is back. Welcome one and all to the first Super League Raw quiz. %, Roby. And the good news for those who didn't get the fastest finger first is that everybody is wrong. It's Alan Tate.
Let's do it!
Steph's winning by 4 now. This is not just unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. It's 42, which means that Dawn, the girl that has been talking all night, saying that she's got everything wrong, the one that's been giving us a bit of karaoke all evening, 6 minutes and 14 seconds. Dawn, congratulations, you are getting an official Hull KR rugby ball. Go and get it signed. Yes, tickets are available now. Scan that QR code or visit our Eventbrite page. There is also a link to the tickets in the description of the video that you are watching. Get over there. £3.40 for non-members. Why not join the membership? That's right. Go and have a look at that as well on our Patreon website. But for £3.40. And last month, Dawn Kirkby, a Hull KR fan, she won the quiz and got a prize that was befitting of her club, a signed Hull KR rugby ball by Tom Opperchick. That's right. Whoever wins the quiz, we will make sure the prize is befitting of your team, and it will be a good prize as well. You have my guarantee on that. Come and join us for the Super League Raw Quiz Night, May the 13th, this coming Monday at 8 p.m. start. It's going to be a great, great night. We'll leave the QR code on the screen. Please do come and join us. Also, of course, available now on our YouTube channel as a webcast, but also as a podcast, is the In Conversation with Jenna Brooks. And as announced on Super League Raw Weekly, coming soon will be Liam Marshall of the Wigan Warriors. More great shows coming your way, courtesy of the #1 online destination for Rugby League. It has to be Super League Raw. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you need to help us to keep growing. Like, comment and subscribe. That's right. That's your job. That's what you need to do. Go and take a look at our membership and come and join us for that quiz. It is going to be a happening, folks. We cannot wait to welcome you to Super League Raw. Now back to, of course, building up to what is going to be a fantastic weekend of Rugby League. And we're now going to go to the Leigh game. That's right. We're going to go to the Leigh game. We're going to take a look at Leigh against Salford. These two always deliver a high quality game of Rugby League. I'm really looking forward to this one. In the last 4, though, this is really interesting. Salford have had Leigh's number. They are 3-1 up, and the last 2 times they've gone to the LSV, they have won it 6 against 9. Look at the attacks, 1 point between it and 1 point between the defence. But where there is a vital difference is goal kicking. Mark Sneed, that's the Mark Sneed factor. 92% conversion this year for Salford Red Devils. Compare that to 68% for the Leigh Leopards. We know Leigh have come out on the wrong side of some close games this season. Could this be another one? The bookies think not. They're going Leigh Leopards 8-15. There you go. As for the Salford Red Devils, they're 13-8. As always, let's go and hear now from Adrian Lamb and Ryan Briley ahead of this game.
Needs probably some results go your way as you go along, but we've just got to make sure we take care of what we're in control of. And it's as a coach, I understand that, you know, that's an important part of who we are and where we sit on the ladder, but you've just got to block it out completely. I remember a couple of years ago, I didn't look at the ladder for about 14 weeks, and before I knew it, we were inside the 6 again. So it's the same mentality here. You know, we've just got to start winning. That's all. You know, and we've in every game this year, bar one, I think we've been in the game to win with 15 minutes to go, including on the weekend, and just those mental slip-ups and lack of concentration is certainly hurting us. So we've got a lot still to improve with that, but we'll get that once the players get more time together as a group.
They move the ball really well. Their attack and the detail in their attack is pretty good, especially with Lamb and Moreland. I think they're 2 real special players. So we expect the best of them on Friday night. And especially at the LSV, I think it's a great stadium with real passionate fans, as I've experienced plenty of times before. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great game. I think 2 teams who play rugby the right way, a great spectacle for the game. Obviously it'll be a really good event on Friday night. So we're looking forward to it. Another big game for us and another 2 points on offer, and hopefully we can take them back home with us.
Yeah. We've got a really tough game this week against Salford. You know, it's always a ding-dong battle against them. It always goes down to the last 15 minutes. The game's always in the balance, and there'll be no difference this weekend. I think they're playing some really good rugby. Some had some great wins as well, so it'll be a great challenge. The
left edge in particular, with Latelli and Charnley over there, is pretty dangerous. So, and one player probably goes under the radar, but it's probably Kyle O'Donnell. I know everyone mentions the halves and the fullbacks, but I just think he's probably one of the best back rows in the competition, and certainly a tough player to handle. So, yeah, I think they've got, regardless of the people that got out, similar to us, we've got plenty of injuries, but I think the people that come in are full of quality. So I think that's probably been the difference between Leigh this year and last year, that they've added a lot more depth into the squad. So when they've been challenged with injuries, they've still got a lot of quality on the field, which is tough to handle. So looking forward to it. It'll be, again, 2 good teams playing rugby league the right way.
Rugby League the right way. They both do play an expansive game of rugby league, don't they? And Leigh Leopards will want to avenge that early season loss to Salford at the Salford Community Stadium where they went down 32-22. Let's take a look at the squads. And straight away, there he is. You can see he is back. It's Robbie Mulhern. The pack, to be feared, is slowly but surely getting back together. Really, really good to see Robbie Mulhern back. And perhaps that is where this game will be won and lost, because there's some mighty holes in the Salford squad going into this one. Joe Mellor and Joe Shorrocks, massive omissions because, of course, they're out injured at this time. You'll also see no Shane Wright, no Gil Dudson, no Andrew Dixon. They're not 100% fit. Good news, though. Amir Burra is back after a layoff with his ankle. And the king, Urania Yawa, is also back as well. But you have to say they are key misses for the Salford Red Devils in the pack. Oh, dearie me. They're going to come up against the Mulhern. Oh, this could be painful. It could be in the middle that this game is won and lost. I think we've seen already that the kicking advantage probably goes the way of the Salford Red Devils. But these two do like to play expansive rugby league. I think this could be a really good moment for the Leigh Leopards. They need to win this. They, of course, that draw last week really hindered their chances, didn't it, of top six by the end of the season. An opportunity here to claw 2 points back on one of the teams that they're chasing. They can ill afford to miss this opportunity. Again, it's one of those games that you just feel is going to be fantastic to watch. Again, can't wait for this one to come along. Oh, we are being treated, aren't we, this season? Super League at its destructive best. All those teams on 14 points. We'll look at the league table. In fact, tell you what, let's take a look at that now I've mentioned it. Have you ever seen anything like it? Look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? There it is. How many teams on 14? Then the Rhinos on 12. It's really interesting, isn't it? The Rhinos beat the Dragons. We're coming to that game next. They're right in there on 14 points as well. The Leopards, desperately, as you can see, they are being cut adrift. They really are. 9 points behind the top 6 places. If they were not to beat the Red Devils, you do feel they've got to start knocking these ones above them down one by one. And it starts this week against Salford Red Devils this Friday. Can't wait for it. Bring it on. What a game this one's going to be at the LSV. Now, another game that, again, is a real interesting one. I just mentioned it a few moments ago. The Catalan Dragons taking on the Leeds Rhinos. It's got to be said, the Catalan Dragons are in a bit of free fall at the moment. 96 points conceded to Leigh, Wigan and Huddersfield Giants. Their defence is suddenly very leaky indeed. One thing we know is they haven't travelled well. The last time they were at home was against Hull KR, and they absolutely battered them 36 points to 6. They will be wanting a game like that again. The Leeds Rhinos, well, when we take a look at the squads in a minute, they are going into this one with a lot of kids. I do fear for the Leeds Rhinos, but since 2007, look how close it's been in Perpignan. 11 wins to the Dragons, 8 to Leeds Rhinos. It's 7th against 5th. That's albeit the wrong way around. I do apologise. The attack 22-20, defence 15-17, really close. But again, the kicking advantage. Reece Martin, 85% this year accuracy for Reece Martin. Plays 68%. If it's a tight game, Leeds maybe have the advantage right there. The favourites are the home side, 4-11, 23-10. The Leeds Rhinos. Let's get the inside chat now from both of these two coaches and Jordan Abdul ahead of what should be a great game in France.
There was one area last week we gave too many penalties away in yardage. It's something we've looked at, something we, on reflection now looking back, gave Wigan too many opportunities to get out their own end of the field. And probably our attack, I think we need to be far more threatening in attack right now. We've still dominating possession and position against most teams, but probably not coming up with enough points. So it's been a big focus for us this week. It's helped that we've had a week where we can actually train, where we've managed to have the weekend off, some days recovering, and to be able to train on Monday and Tuesday has been a big bonus for us. It's not something that's usual for us at this stage of the year, given the turnarounds and the games. So I think to be able to have a thorough look at our attack, not only look at it on the video, but to go out and practice it as well, has been beneficial for us. We're not used to losing 2 consecutive games. It's probably credit to where the club's got to in terms of that and the expectation of the club as well. So, but we're not too downbeat. We had 2 tough away games. Like I said, we've regrouped. It's actually a really good test for us as a group now. It's a long time since we've had back-to-back losses, and it's a great test for us to be able to come through the other side of that and play well this week. That's the whole focus this week, is to play extremely well on Saturday.
Been super consistent with their intent and their effort and turning up to take it to the opposition. They're a team that's had a bunch of changes in the off season and lost a bit of their spine, their experienced spine in Tompkins, Pearce, May, those guys, but their attitude and ethic towards competition and battle doesn't seem to have changed. So we experienced that in round 3. We had a really tough, hard game, which was a good result on that day, but one of those really close, hard-fought games that could have gone either way.
Doing a lot of things good, a lot of things we've done well all season, but the last few weeks it's been, getting the points on the board and making the most of our chances that, we've really let ourselves down with, and probably getting frustrated in games and then allowing other teams to then put points on us. And yeah, that's been the message, is try and not be frustrated in games and just back the process of what we're doing. Sometimes you don't need to score more than one try in a game to still win if your defence is good. So, Steve's been really honest with the halves and the group where we're at the minute in attack, and I suppose that's my job to try and be better, to get more points on the board, and overall as a group probably just improve a little bit of the mentality and try and not get frustrated in games when things aren't necessarily going too well. We're disappointed with how we played against Wigan and Leigh, but we don't have to wait long until we get a chance to redeem ourselves, and we're coming up against the Leeds Rhinos team that have been playing really well, and yeah, it's going to be a good test. And we've had a good training session today. We've got one more session before we play, so it's just about getting those little details right now and then take it into the game, and hopefully
you never forget. I certainly never forget the defeats. The wins often get forgotten about a lot easier. But all of those experiences just shape you, and if you're not prepared to go through some of that heartache, then you shouldn't be in the job. Like, it's inevitable that at some stage in your coaching and playing career that things are going to go the wrong way for you. So it's really about what you do about it.
Yes, he hasn't forgot that. 61 points to 0, hammering the last time they were in Perpignan, the Leeds Rhinos. Here it is. Catalan and Leeds have named their squads for this one, and Mickey McAlorum is back from suspension, and Matt Ikavala as well has been given the green light by the medical staff of the Catalan Dragons to return. But look at the gaps. No Ben Garcia, he's out having suffered a HIA against Wigan, and Paul Segura, he's out as well for what probably will be a sustained period of time. You go across to the Leeds Rhinos, it really does look painful. Yes, there's the positivity that Ash Hanley is back, but you can see it right there. There is no Harry Newman. He was expected to be in the squad. He hasn't made it. Neither is Riley Lum, and Brodie Croft is also out as well. Huge, because they have been they will be joining in the injury treatment room Paul Momorowski, James Donaldson, Tom Holroyd, James Bentley, Morgan Gannon, and David Fossatua. A lot of players, that, isn't it? A lot of starting players that will not be playing for the Leeds Rhinos. Yes, they've still got quality players in there, but there are a lot of kids in there as well. It's going to be really interesting, isn't it, to see which team goes out. Frawley will clearly be playing alongside Jack Sinfield. That'll definitely happen. But I think up front is a problem. That game earlier in the season that they won, the Leeds Rhinos, of course, they beat the Catalan Dragons at Headingley 18-10, if you remember, earlier in the campaign. And it's got to be said that day, they really got into the forwards of the Catalan Dragons. The Catalan forwards, over the exception of Chris Satai that day, really had a poor day. You don't expect that to happen this week. Mike McMeekin, Julian Bousquet, we know how well Tarek Sims has been playing. We can see Bailey Sivinen. He'll probably step into the second row, or maybe even at loose forward. That'll happen. You've got McMeekin will probably start second row alongside Sims, because they'll probably put the likes of Neverett in the front line with Bousquet to begin with. Chris Satai coming in off the bench. A big blow still not there for the Catalan Dragons is Jordan Desiree. I think he's a massive player for them, a big impact player. We saw that against KR when Satai and Desiree came on together. That is when the damage was done against KR. There will be none of that in this one, but there's massive holes there for the Leeds Rhinos. You've got to say, I think they're going to struggle in this one. I think the Catalans, and let's be fair, not only have Catalan lost the last two, but they lost that one at Headingley. They will have a massive, massive point to prove here, the Dragons on home soil. And I do fear, really do fear for Rowan Smith's men. There's one thing for certain, the South Stand will not be happy if they come crushing down. Nobody would see it being 61 points to 0 again, but you do feel this could be a really, really bad night for the Leeds Rhinos. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Wow, just simply wow. The last game of the weekend is this one. It's the London Broncos taking on Hull FC. Hull FC with one win this season that came against the Broncos. It's 12th against 11. There's nothing in this. The attack, the defence, goal kicking goes the way of Hull FC. You've got to consider how many times that the London Broncos have scored on the edges this season. They're really struggling to get those more than very, very important 2 points. But what they have got is quality in the likes of Alex Walker. We've still not forgot that offload from the weekend. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let's remind ourselves what a brilliant match this was the first time around in round number 3.
Short side, can they get another set? Little kick, great kick, and this looks like a try. And it's Meadows, the man who's 40-20 set things up, who's touched it down.
The ball's grounded. Thank you, I made my decision.
Hull with a huge opportunity here. Ashworth at full tilt, great tackle, needed to be as well. Bodies on the line for the Broncos. Here now the ball fired, get for Staveley, Staveley for the line, he's over. They're 20 metres out here, the black and whites, looking to extend their lead here. A nice pass to Sal, they're short of numbers, the ball dumped on the ground, they get it away to McIntosh. McIntosh finds the pass back inside, tackle made but not completed, and now here come Hull. Brown gets it away, gets it back, they had numbers. Houghton's wanting to go to that right hand side to Tumavave. Tumavave flicks it back to Russell. London struggling here, and Russell breaks through, and he's got a pace to score. Yeah, it is. It was Williams, the man who just had a try chalked off. Here's Leyland, ball intercepted, and a chance here now for Lewis Martin. And Martin is racing away, and Kershaw's not going to catch it. The Hull FC youngster races away. Campagnolo goes to the right, gets his hands on it now. He'll swing it to Meadows. Meadows skips across one, he's going to kick in behind. He's looking for Kershaw, gets the bounce. Is there a kick coming at the end of this? Meadows is the go-to man. He's going to have to get the ball away. They're going to kick across the field. They're looking for Maludi. Maludi's got it! And the Broncos are going to score! It's a break though. Here's a check from Leigh. Gets the ball away! Ball back to the centre now. Here is Campagnolo, finds Leyland, ball over the top, so he'll kick it. Maludi needs a bounce and he gets one. Last one for them. Here now. They're going to run it here with Sal, gets the arm, interception. Oh, can they go the length of the field here? There's a chance for Story. What, they're getting back. Russell's getting back. Story to level it up. He's got there. The Broncos level it up. Last tackle, they're going to that far side with Smith. Smith with a step, reaches out and scores!
Please give us some more of that. What a game that was at the MKM Stadium. Oh, it looked as if London were going to do it. And then right at the death, Morgan Smith with that brilliant score to win the game. What a game. I mean, if it's that good again, we'll be delighted. And if you remember, 2 loanees that day, Matty Russell and Joe Bullock from the Warrington Wolves, really played well for the black and whites, and we know there's a lot of incomings, the likes of Tiaki Chan, Ben Reynolds, etc., that are going to be coming in for this one. Could those loanees be pivotal against the London Broncos? I, for one, will be tuning in on Sunday. Nothing's a given in Super League. Can the London Broncos get their first win, or will it be back-to-back wins for Hull FC against the Broncos. It's going to be fascinating. That's been your news update. We hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, go and get the In Conversations. Don't forget this. Make this your next destination. Go and get your quiz night tickets. Limited availability. We've already sold half of the tickets for this. Like I say, great prize. Whoever wins, whatever team you support, the prize will be for your squad, for your team. Don't you worry about that. We'll make sure you get a prize that you want. Come to our quiz night this Monday. £3.40 if you're not a member. £3.40. Great night of entertainment. Come and be around the Rugby League community. Come and have an opportunity of winning some prizes. We really would love your company. Scan the QR code. Go to Eventbrite. I can't wait to welcome you. Oh, what a night it's going to be on Monday at the Super League Raw quiz night online quiz. You're going to need 2 devices. One to watch with, one to play with. That's right. You're going to have to use your phone. Everything's multiple choice. You play on your phone. It's very interactive. Oh, please do come and join us. Come and join the community. You really will not be disappointed. So that's been the news. It's been a while, but we are back. We hope you've enjoyed it. Our little go around the grounds. We'll keep an eye on other press conferences, post them on our Facebook pages as and when we get them. But there you go. A brilliant news update. We will be back on Monday. And here comes what else you can, well, oh God, I'm running out of breath. Now we're going to go, of course, to the end credits, and in there you'll find what you've got on our YouTube channel that you can go and watch and what's coming up from Super League Raw. I'm out of breath. I don't know how to do it anyway. I just love Rugby League, I do. And roll on this evening as the Wire take on KR. Goodbye for now. All the best.